Good evening. Welcome to Bedtime Stories with me, Pastor Michelle. Today's Saturday, January 9th, and our Disney story of the night is Peter Pan's Visit from Peter Pan. John and Michael Darling sat on Michael's bed listening to their sister Wendy tell them a story about their favorite hero, Peter Pan. And then, Wendy said, with a quick slash of his sword, Peter Pan cut the evil Captain Hook's hand right off. Michael and John gasped. Their dog Nana jumped to her feet too, but Nana wasn't alarmed by Wendy's story. She had heard a strange noise coming from just outside the window. There it was again. Nana scurried over to the window and poked her head outside. There, crouched on a narrow ledge, was a red-headed boy dressed in green from head to toe. Nana froze, and she slowly leaned toward the boy, growling a low warning growl. There, Nana, the boy whispered softly. Please don't bark. At the sound of her name, Nana froze again. She tilted her head to one side, wondering if she knew this boy and how he knew her name. You're wondering how I know your name. You see, I've come here now and again to listen to Wendy's stories about me. He stood straight up and puffed his chest out loudly. I'm Peter Pan, you know. Now, Nana was not a mean dog, but there was one thing, well, three things, really, that she was very protective of, and they were the three children inside that nursery. Nana knew it was up to her to make sure they were safe and sound. She also knew that strange boys crouching outside the nursery window, Peter Pan or not, were not to be tolerated. And so, with another low growl, Nana suddenly lunged farther out the window and snapped her teeth at Peter Pan. The boy flew out of the way just in time, but his shadow was not quite so fast. It struggled to get loose, but it was held tight in Nana's mouth. Peter Pan laughed merrily and flew off. It was time to begin his journey home to Neverland, but he would be back for his shadow, and next time he would need to go inside. So, let's hear about another woman, shall we? Another daring woman. And tonight we're going to hear about Florence Chadwick, a sensational swimmer. All right. So she grew up in San Diego and started taking swimming lessons when she was 6. Before long, she was competing in swimming meets, and she won her first one when she was 10. But the smooth water in swimming pools didn't provide enough of a challenge. She was drawn to the rough, unpredictable nature of the ocean. That's where she felt most at home. So at 10, she was the youngest person to swim across the mouth of San Diego Bay. Florence was always looking for her next challenge, and she set her sights on swimming the English Channel in record time. It wouldn't be an easy feat. Long endurance swims are unpredictable. Besides the currents, the cold temperatures, and the blowing winds, Florence could encounter seaweed, sunburn, stingrays, jellyfish, sharks, and debris. No two swims are ever the same. In July 1950, she attempted to swim the English Channel and she failed, but she refused to give up. A month later, on August 8, 1950, she tried again. She swam from France to England in 13 hours, 20 minutes, breaking a speed record that had stood for 24 years, but she wasn't satisfied. A year later, she swam the Channel again from England to France, the first woman to swim the Channel both ways. On July 4th, 1952, she set a new goal: to swim between Catalina Island and the California coast, a 21-mile stretch. Small boats surrounded her, frequently fending off sharks when they got too close to her. A thick fog rolled in, making it impossible for her to judge how close she was to the coastline. After almost 16 hours in the water, exhausted and disoriented, Florence asked to be pulled into one of the boats. She was disheartened to realize she was less than a mile from the shore. Never one to dwell on defeat, 2 months later she tried again, and again a thick fog rolled in. But this time she ignored it and just kept swimming. And you know what? She succeeded. Florence continued to find and conquer bodies of water all over the world, adding to her list of women's firsts in swimming. In 1970, she was inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame. Florence is remembered as not only an amazing swimmer, but also a woman with a fierce determination to set goals and do whatever it takes to achieve them. Well, good for her. Man, these women are doing amazing things. And this dog of mine is doing amazing things too. So God bless you all.